Welcome to the Smart Weight Loss Coaching Podcast. I'm Dr. Lisa Olson, a board-certified weight loss medicine specialist and certified life coach. In this podcast, I'll share fresh insights and effective techniques for incorporating mindset, habit change, and proven science into your life. Are you ready to achieve sustainable weight loss, wellness, and longevity? Then let's jump in and lose weight the smart way. Welcome back. When I was thinking about what to discuss today, I thought about a funny saying that I use all the time to motivate myself to get things done. Eat the frog. It's a strange saying that basically means do the hard things first. I like to use this when I'm procrastinating over something important. For example, if I need to write a speech, I might wake up in the morning and just tell myself to eat the frog. For some reason, it grabs my attention, probably because it's such a weird expression, and it helps me to listen to my own inner wisdom. Lately, I've been saying it to my kids around the topic of flossing their teeth, as in, stop procrastinating, just eat the frog and get it done. When it comes to weight loss, as compared to flossing or other important tasks, I have a different approach, almost the opposite of eating the frog. I like to use a grid to divide things that will help with weight loss into 4 categories. I started using this approach when I was trying to level up my health when my kids were little and my free time felt non-existent. I was feeling stuck and burning the candle at both ends. I kept thinking that I needed to overhaul everything at once, meal plan and cook complicated healthy meals, wake up at 5 a.m. every day to work out before commuting to the city for work, and so on. If I'm being honest, none of that was happening. I was working, taking care of my kids alone in the evening because my husband traveled, working on my computer after they fell asleep, and then crashing very late at night. I barely remember what I ate back then, but I'm sure it was nothing like the meals I aspired to make. Everything just felt extra. What actually worked for me was this. I divided the health habits I wanted to make into 4 categories, and I started doing the easy things first. I started going for short walks after dinner. Nothing major, just 10 minutes or so, basically walking around the block. The difference it made was kind of amazing. I was a bit more relaxed. My sleep improved. My digestion was better, and I started feeling like, hey, I can actually do this. I can squeeze this in. That little shift gave me momentum to keep going. And that's the point of today's episode. You don't have to start with the hardest, most complicated thing. You don't have to eat the frog. In fact, you shouldn't. The best place to start is with the easy things that have a big impact. I met with one of my clients today who was feeling overwhelmed by all the changes she thought she should be making. Cutting carbs, quitting alcohol, hitting the gym 5 days a week, tracking every bite of food. It was way too much. She showed me her meal plan, which, by the way, was itself a big change to be planning her meals, and her food plan looked like perfection. But not exactly in a good way, in an unsustainable way. I mean, it was aspirational, but for someone who is eating fast food on the go pretty often, it was unrealistic to think that every meal would be made from scratch with all fresh culinary ingredients. So I asked her, what's one easy thing you could do this week that would have a big impact? And let's shake loose all the rest of this perfection to see if we can create a realistic balance. She only had to think about it for a moment because the answer was obvious to her, as it might be for you listening and thinking about yourself and what you want to do at home. She told me that if she just stopped buying soda for her family, that would probably help. She didn't really feel the need to buy it for herself, but often enough when others were at home and having a soda, she'd have one too. Anyway, that's exactly what she worked on. No more soda at home. After making this and other changes that she found fairly easy, her energy was better, her cravings calmed down, and she started creating a habit of drinking water with her meals. That's an easy change with a big impact. Easy changes with a big impact is where I want you to start. What I've learned over the years is that it's not up to me to decide what's easy for someone and what's not. I can opine on how big the impact will be, but only you know if something will be easy or hard for you. Here are a few things that might be easy for you, and if so, they're likely to have a big impact if you can make these changes. Going to bed half an hour earlier. By the way, this is a hard change for me. That's what I mean about only you knowing what is easy or hard for you. Why should it be hard for an adult to get to bed on time? I'm not sure. I just know this one is hard for me, as it is for some of my clients. Others probably find this easy and might be excited to learn that regularity of sleep and getting enough sleep are both big contributors to weight regulation and better health. So if this one is easy for you, go for it. It will have a big impact on your health, and getting good sleep will help with food cravings and weight. Here's another example of an easy change with a big impact. Drink water with your meals. Now, this one is easy for me. It takes zero effort now. I used to drink coffee with creamer for breakfast and diet soda with meals when I was in my 20s. I made that change to black coffee in the morning and water with the rest of my meals, and it wasn't particularly hard. Once I got used to it, after maybe a month or so, it was pretty effortless. But the impact in terms of my weight was tremendous. It's definitely a part of how I lost the weight I gained during my residency. Maybe for you, taking a short walk after dinner instead of lounging on the couch sounds easy. None of these examples are really dramatic, but the payoff can be huge. Before we talk through the rest of the grid and identify some easy things with a small impact and some hard things with a big impact, let's hear a quick word from our sponsor. Just kidding. It's still me, Dr. Lisa Olson, physician and founder of Smart Weight Loss Coaching. If you're as focused on your health as you are on the scale, you're my person. In my online program, we'll help you establish healthy habits for weight loss, better health, and longevity. If you'd like to learn more about our affordable monthly membership, head over to smartweightlosscoaching.com. We would love to help you transform the way you approach weight loss so it takes up less brain space and frees up your time for other things you love to do. Join us to see how different a smart weight loss program can be. And we're back. We looked at some easy things with a big impact, and once you've got a few of those under your belt, then you can layer in the easy, smaller impact habits. I had a client who decided to add a vegetable to her lunch every day. She felt almost silly telling me about it because to her it seemed like such a small change, but even a handful of baby carrots, a little leftover broccoli from the night before, or some edamame led to some positive changes on the scale over time. Also, a few months later, she told me that she wasn't snacking in the afternoon like she used to. That small vegetable habit filled her up with more complex carbs and nutrients and had a ripple effect on what she ate or didn't eat the rest of the afternoon. That's how these little things add up. Take a moment and think about some things that would be easy for you to do. One easy thing with a big impact and one that might have a small impact initially, but will be a piece of the puzzle for weight loss, longevity, and better health. One additional serving of veggies a day might be just the thing for you. Now, eventually, you'll reach the stage where the next steps are harder. These are the hard but high impact changes. Examples of big changes that have a big impact might include addressing emotional eating, something we talk a lot about in my program, or setting aside time for exercise every morning, or saying no to extra commitments so you can protect your sleep and meal prep time. One of my clients resisted meal planning for the longest time. It was too much of a hassle, and she never felt she had time for it. When she finally tried it, her whole week was smoother, but it still took several months for her to get consistent enough to create the habit. Here's the thing. Once meal planning became a regular part of her routine, she stopped relying on fast food. She lost weight and she felt calmer and less overwhelmed. It was hard to get started and it was hard to create that habit initially, yes, but it made a huge difference in the long run, and she would say for sure it was worth the effort. And now we've got the last category, the hard things with a small impact. This is either the fine-tuning stuff or the things that come up so infrequently that they don't make a lot of difference in the big picture. These things can matter in certain contexts. If you're a professional athlete or if you're working hard to maintain an 80-pound weight loss, then maybe you will want to work on the little details. But for most of us, the hard things with a small impact are not worth the stress. If you get to the point where you're even thinking about these things, that's fantastic because it means you've probably already built a rock-solid foundation. So here's the framework one more time quickly, which I want you to think about as you decide your NBA, your next best action for today. I encourage you to do the easy, high-impact things first. Think of one easy thing with a big impact that you'll commit to today and write it down. Then add the easy, small impact things. When you're ready, commit to the hard, high-impact changes. And don't waste too much energy on the hard, small impact stuff. This is how to spend your weight loss focus and energy wisely. This is how you'll build momentum without burning out. Please remember, it's not about doing everything all at once. It's about doing smart things in a smart order. You've got this. Thanks so much for listening. If you'd like more support during your smart weight loss journey, check out our group coaching program at smartweightlosscoaching.com. Until next time, stay well and stay smart.